Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yuri Bessarab, and this is a video on 100 kanji learning techniques. I hope you already have this book, and if you have, look for the links in the previous not slides, the videos, the first one. And this is in English, and better to have even this one and to read it in Ukrainian. It is not translated yet. These books are just excellent, and on the base of them, I came to what I will continue telling you about. This will be the second video on pronunciation, and I make it because maybe I will show something differently, and also I think we will go a little bit deeper today, and I improved a little bit here this chart, at least for you to understand better this theory about pronunciation, correct pronunciation in Japanese. So, from the books of Kurinsky, you already know about focusing. That the focusing is the point in any language, a point at which movements are directed to. It could, if we didn't have this, it would be the complete disorder, because the tongue would move somewhere else, so it would be just impossible to say anything. So focusing is the very important concept. You know it from the previous video. Watch it. I think I give more explanation there. The next point for us is important to know about the shape of the tongue. Usually, well, there are many forms of the tongue, but in this case, in Japanese, the form of the tongue will be like this. Okay, so, and in difference to English, if to compare with English, that's what we need to do here. So let me show you. This is in Japanese. In English, we hold our tongue like this, and the movement, the focusing in English is here. So the movement will be all over there, directed, all movement of the speech apparatus. It's not only the tongue, but mostly the tongue. So we take this form of our tongue in Japanese. We just open and make it very relaxed in this position. Try to make this movement. It's very easy. All the movements in Japanese we start from this position. This is like a nominal position, and every movement we need to divide into 3 stages: relaxation, then execution, relaxation. Also, very important for us to know that there is one more thing, which is a decoy. Decoy is a word or phrase that we use in order to tune our speech apparatus, speech organs, to that focusing of a certain language. In this case, I suggest to use arigato. Arigato. This is a word which you will see and which you will hear, not see, but you will see it very often in Japanese. So, again, go back to the previous video. There will be probably something more about these very important concepts from the works of Valery Kurinsky, which you can find here, and hundreds or maybe thousands others very important things for learning languages. Excuse me. Now my part comes. This is what I came to. So in order to start any movement, in order to start speaking in Japanese, we start from this position. We use arigato. So we tune and we imagine that all the movements, and if you want, sounds of the speech apparatus are directed at this point. This point exactly is where the nose bone ends and nose meat begins. That's where it is. So if to put it with the glass, it's like somewhere here, like here even. So on the pictures here, by the way, okay, I will not speak about that later. So here's let's say, our speech apparatus, our music, let's say music instrument. Everything is very tiny, very small in our mouth. Usually we speak about millimeters. but I made it just big picture here, just for you, just to see how to make movements. Without movements, we cannot produce any sound. And in general, if we make correct movements in foreign language, it feels so good. Otherwise, we will always have, like in French, angoisse. It's like anxiousness. So, excuse me. The first 5 vowels: a, I, U, E, O. So we begin everything with this position, and then we say the decoy, arigato, and then we start speaking and start making movements. For this, we don't need to do anything, just a little bit a, I, U, E, O. There is no sound E in sound E, excuse me. There is no sound E in Japanese. We have E. E is very close to English E, but it's not with stretched lips, etc. And also the sound will be directed at this place. Next column, K sound. K. How do you make K? So this position of the tongue, then with the back of the tongue we move it, we touch it. This is a soft part soft parts of the palate. This one here it turns into bone, but here it's a soft one. So we touch it in the end at this place with the back of the tongue. So this position, you can stop video, make a screenshot, then we touch it, make it the second screenshot for you to understand what to do, and then the relaxation. Again, you can make a screenshot. Very easy. Pum, pum, pum. So, ku. So we touch it, give a, we relax it, and it will be ku. Then we just add these vowels, and it will be ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. The movement of the speech apparatus of the tongue, let's say, is exactly the same like in English when we want to say k, ki, for example, but with Japanese shape of the tongue and with Japanese focusing. Okay, if I compare it with English, it's usually I compare not sounds it's themselves, but movements. Then, if there is a sign like this, or this ka, ke, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko, if there is a sign like this, two little lines, it makes ka voiced. In other words, g. So but the movement is the same. Back of the tongue. So we start with this. Back of the tongue touches the place here, and then we add voice and and we'll have g, ga, gi, gu, ge, go. Ga, gi, gu, ge, go. The movement is the same like in English when we say g, go, but it will not be as the movement itself, but the sound is a little bit different. Excuse me. Next, yeah, it could be also softened if we use these when we come to these sounds. It could be softened, but the major thing, the most important thing is to remember how to make the movement of the tongue. Next column is S. S. In order to make S, we start with this position. Okay, we move the top. Usually in Japanese, we don't make sounds with the tip of the tongue, except one. I will tell you which one. But of the rest, we usually use the frontal top part of the tongue. So with this position, which is very relaxed, we move our front top part to our teeth. give air. We don't touch the teeth. Just give air, and it will be s, 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 s. Then we add these vowels. It will be sa. We skip this one. Su, se, so. Sa, su, se, so. Why do you skip this one? Because it will be a different sound. It's si, si, sa, si. To make this sound, we use the same frontal top part of the tongue, but a little bit upper. We move it a little bit up. So, and then we hold it there, and also we need to pull up the middle of the tongue because there is E. And E means always softer, softer, and it means when we say E, it's always there. The middle of the tongue goes up in this direction to the hot palate, but doesn't touch it. So we pull it up. So we start with this, pull it up, this part over here, teeth and above the teeth, and we say si. It will be si, si, si. So look what we have: sa, si, su, se, so. Sa, si, 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 si. For you to hear si, si, this is what we need to achieve. Si, su, se, so. Again, there could be these two little strokes above on the right, top right, above these sounds. So it will make them voiced. So it means that we will have not sa but za. It's as if we put d in front of s. In other words, we make it voiced. Let's say voiced. For us to do that, this is what we do. The same. Start with this. We start with this. Then we move the same. We move the top front part of the tongue to this place, to our teeth, upper teeth, and we touch. In this case, we touch them. For S, we don't touch. For Z, we touch. And also we give air, and then we relax the tongue, put it back into the normal position, and we will have Z, 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 Z. Then we add a vowel, and it will be za, zu, ze, zo. With this one, we will have not si, but d. So it's as if, again, we put d in front of si, si. How do we do it? Again, we pull this part of the tongue. We put it over here, touch it above the teeth, and a little bit. We touch a little bit of teeth, and it will be. We go as for si, yeah, si, but we touch it and give voice and a, and it will be zi, 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 zi. If this is the way we have, there are several exceptions. Or let's say z we have in front of at the beginning of the word. But if you see this in the middle of the word, usually it's z. Like zu, very similar. Like the movement of the tongue is very similar. You can analyze how you do it. So it will be za, zu, ze, zo in the middle of a word. At the beginning, there will be za, zi, zu, ze, zo. This one, even inside of the word, will be zi, zi. It doesn't. It will have the same thing. If we have these two little strokes. Next, done with this. Next, t colon. Okay, for us to say t, it's not t like in English, but it's t, t, t. From this position, we move the tip of the tongue, or not the tip, excuse me, but the front upper part of the tongue. We touch over here. T. See? This is where we T. So our tongue from this position goes over here. Then we give a, and we say T, T, T. Then we add a vowel. It will be ta, t, te, to. There are two exceptions here. Ta, te, to. This one it will be ti, ti. The same. We from this position we go like this, and in this way we touch it here. For t we touch it also, but it will be t, and here this one it will be ti. So it will be the touch position, let's say the main touch position will be a little bit closer to the teeth. It will be ti, ti. And also the middle of the tongue, because it's E with E, it will be a little bit up. Ti, 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 ti. So from T it moves a little bit over here. Ti. We touch ti, ti. Then this one it will be tsu, tsu, tsu. It's if it's like ts in English, tsu, but we don't have. I don't remember such a word in English. Tsu, tsu, tsu. In German they have zan, for example, but not in English. At least it doesn't come to my mind. So to do it, tsu, we do the same, like from this position, go up, where we make t, a little bit here, closer to the teeth. Also, this whole area will be touched, and then we give the sound. We give sound u and e, and it will be tsu, tsu, tsu. All these things are done in a very relaxed way. No need to make any tension. So if there is written somewhere else, you need to put some pressure or tension. No, relaxed. Movement is clear. We touch over here. We say tsu, tsu. Touch, give a, come back, tsu, tsu. That will be the result. Okay. If there are these two little short lines near, like on the right top, in the right top of from these from the sounds, it will become it will make it voiced. So in this case it will be da, but here it will be zi, zu, de, do. So by the nature, by the movement, it will be the same. We move it from this position. You can take a screenshot. Then we go here, we touch it, we give, in this case, voice and air and sound ah, and it will be da, da, but not da, but da, because we make it with this part of the tongue, not with the tip like in English. Da, da, and we send the sounds over here. So we touch it, go like this, da, da. Then because it's T, to make it voiced, we as if put D in front of it. It will be D, D. By the way, this one D and this one D is the same sound. They use them in different positions, but it's the same sound. So we touch it as if go for T, D, D, but a little bit. The touching area will move to the teeth because there is C, D, 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 D. Whenever we have C, it's always closer to our teeth or even on teeth. So and now the touching area will be here, a little bit with teeth. We touch it, D, give A and also E sound, and it will be D. D, it will be voiced. So without these two lines, it will be T, T, T. With them, it will be D. Next one, tsu. It's F as if T and S are there, and then U. But from the point of view of movements, we touch this area with teeth also. Yeah, we touch it. Give a, and it will be tsu, tsu, because we have these two lines. So tsu without tsu, but if we want to make it voice, it will be tsu. It's as if not ts but d, ds, tsu, DZ, DZ, as if, but if to write it. So it will be DZU, DZU, DZU. It's easy with this, de, do, easy. Next one, N column. For you it will be very easy to make it because it's the area, the touching area is here. N, n, n. So we, from this position, we move the tongue over there, touch it here, but air goes into the nasal cavity, okay? Doesn't go into the mouth. Nasal cavity, and we have n. Very close to English n by the movement with itself, but in English we make it with the tip of the tongue, n. Here we make it with this frontal top surface, n, n, n. Then we add vowels, na, ni, nu, ne, no. Very clear. Na, ni, nu, ne, no. Okay, next column, h. It's not age, okay, but the movement of the tongue will be very similar. For us to have h, Japanese h, it's very, in fact, it's very close to English h, but the sound will be a little bit different. Movement is the same. So we moved the back of the tongue to the soft palate in this place where we make also k, g. So we move it over here, yeah, but we don't touch it. We send air and it will be h, h, h. But also we add vowels. It will be ha, he. This one is different. He, ho. Ha, he, he, ha, he, ho. This is an exception because it will be, this is fu, how to make fu. We just, it's not English fur where we use bottom lip against the teeth, upper teeth, but we move close our lips, yeah, we move them, make them close, and as if we just give air, fu, 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 and don't touch the lips, fu, fu, without touching, fu, 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 fu. Labial sound. Also, if I speak about this, his brother is over here, and it will be wa, wa, wa. It's not like W, wa, in English, no. But we don't touch lips like in English, wa. It's not as long, and also we send it a little bit different. So it will be wa, wa, fu, wa, fu, wa, fu. Okay. Ha, he, fu, he, ho. Clear, I hope. Now, there could be also these two little strokes near the sound. Then it will make it voiced, and it turns this ha, it turns into ba, which is very easy because it's exactly the same movements, exactly the same like in English. We put two lips there together, yeah, and it will be, and give voice, and it will ba, ba, bi, bu, be, bo. Ba, bi, bu, be, bo. Also, there could be a little circle near this this sound, and this circle means it will be p, which is very easy for us to say also. Like exactly movements like very like in English, but without aspiration, not like p, paper. No, p, p, very softly. Pa, pi, pu, pe, po. Easy. Labial sounds. Okay, the next one. Very easy for you because it will be m. Also labial sound. We put lips together, m, and we add a, e, o, u, e, o. It will be ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Okay, the next three, the next column with three, let's say, sounds. Not, yeah. It will be ya, ya, you, yo. Ya, you, yo. To make ya, yo, we need to do this. We pull up the middle of the tongue and very close to the hot palate, and then we give the sound an air, and it will be ya, you, yo. It's what we have in English very similar. You, we say it very often. It's very similar sound, you, but similar in terms of movements. You, ya, yo, you. By the way, if we add ya, yo, you to ki, they will make ki softer, and it will be q, q, kya, kyo, q. And the same possible with other letters. The most important to understand the principle. They make these sounds soft. It could be gyo, gyu, gya, gyo, gyu. They make these sounds make the rest soft. Okay, the next one is the most interesting sound in Japanese, and the most difficult, but we will see how easy to make it. In Japanese, they don't have R or L, so but they have this sound, and it will be, so here's the way to do it. We start with this position, take a screenshot now, then we open our tongue goes up, the front part of the tongue goes up, and then we make a glide, one glide or one stroke over here, like this. Opa! You can make screenshots, and it returns only one time, and we will have r, r, r. So just one stroke, not mo, r. And that's it. We just glide it, r. And this is the sound which is so difficult for many people to do, almost impossible if you just orient yourself on the effect, on the end effect. But if we know the movement, what's so difficult? R, r, r. So, and then we add vowels to it, and it will be ra, ri, ru, re, ro. Ra, ri, ru, re, ro. Very easy after this. So we considered this already. Next column. It's wa, wa. It's the brother of this sound, fu. But this is wa with a. Wa. This is the exact sound like o, but it will. I don't know why they have this in the in this alphabet, but it's o. Nothing else. It is used as a particle in sentences, but it means o. So it's o. This one is very interesting because it has several readings. This is m, but usually the way to make n, there are two types. There could be n like here. Where do we have n? Here, like this column. In this one, we just with this front top part of our tongue, we touch this place here, we send air to the nasal cavity, and we'll have n, 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 n. The other way, the other option to make it, it will be with this position of the tongue. Take a screenshot now. Then it moves to the soft palate, and it stays here. We go, give the air into the nasal cavity, and it will be n, n, n. It's exactly like in English. King, n, n, n. We can make it long. That's why it can be like a separate. Usually I can take it as a separate syllable very often, but then it's king, king. For you, it's the movement is very similar with this. We read it as this back tongue, n, 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 only when there is K after this, or in the end of words, or if there is K, G, because this column, okay, and H. In all the rest of the cases, mostly in all the rest of the cases, we'll read it as a frontal tongue, n. So n, 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 n. It's like n, but not English nose, yes, because then in English we use the tip of the tongue. Here we have this. It seems we are done. This is now I will repeat, I will show you one more exercise which I also gave you in the previous one. What you do, and this is hiragana, you can do the same with katakana. You start this improvisation, okay? You start with any sound, and then what you do, you start with the normal position, then you see in which column it is and which sounds you need to produce. Make that sound, here it will be to, and then improvise. You can go this way, you can go this way, this way, this way, this way. This is a very interesting exercise. I love it by myself. You can do it with hiragana, with katakana, and only when you can imagine any movement of the speech apparatus or any sound, here only then we can move to the next stage, which will be about moving kanji themselves. But before we do that, we need to know all these things. Okay? Arigato for your attention. God help Ukraine, because we have these difficult times. There is a big threat of those Russian morons with their imbecile dictator. Okay. Nevertheless, all the best. Bye bye.